What do you mean I'm not tough, bro? Who's trying to be out? Who's trying to be tough, bro? Nabil doesn't get timed out. Nabil don't get timed out. Um, hello Dan. Hello Nabil. Hello Nerd. Hello Nilvinus. Hello Lasagna. Hello LSZ. Hello I've lost your name. I'd rather walk. Thank you for the follow as well. The game is still loading, by the way, from when I wrote it in chat. What was having immunity? Now, let's say, do you got a? Oh no! What, you can refund points? Okay, yeah, go on then, do that. I didn't know that was a thing. Let's get some music going, innit? That's what I was trying to do, and I thought, you know what? Let me just create an awkwardness moment, and then we go from there. Let's get that cracking, that old school lo-fi. I'm not gonna lie, the game's taking a little longer than it usually does. I don't know what's going on. Wayne, good to see you. Welcome. Just here for the money. I'm here for honesty. You know, I am here for honesty. I respect it. Be here for the money. That's it. Be here for the money. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. I don't think the game's gonna load. I'm not gonna lie. It's never taken this long, and usually it freezes the whole computer while it loads. The fact that I can just do things on my PC as it's loading doesn't fill me with hope at all. Hello, Mr. ASR. How are you doing? Am I dummy? You're right. I am. Apparently. Remember when people said these loading screens were fake when they leaked them? Of course. There's a lot of things that were leaked that were called fake. Enjoying the heat. Good for you, my man. Enjoy it. I'm going to give it like another minute. And then I'm going to restart it. Because I don't trust it at all. What did I download today? I got Jetwash's new mod. So I messed around with the engine a little bit. But funnily enough, I got a lower version than what I had before of that mod. So if anything, that should help. And then I got a mod. There were two mods that I got. What were they? A mod that adds running numbers to the 378s on mild mainline, and another one. I don't remember what the other one did. When will the stream end? Well, I don't know. It's not gonna go any longer than 3 hours, but it might end earlier. I don't know. Choice of drinks today: a rare white Monster. Rare on the channel. I don't really have Monster too much, but I had it yesterday. Liked it. I thought, let me do it again. I do have too many mods, but can you ever have too many mods? Can you have too many? I think one might. I'm gonna close it and try and open it again. Look, it just closed like that as well. That is not the normal style. I know my TSW5 does not run like that. It freezes. 5th of June. Oh, Cargo Line Volume 4, 5th of June. Okay. So I guess we'll be streaming on the 5th of June then. I need to grab the mods that I downloaded last. Right, so hold on a second. So I did this one. But I did the right thing. I did the right things with the INI files. God mode, I put it in the correct place. But let me open this anyway. Documents. My games. TSW5. Saved. Config. Windows no editor. Engine. Yeah, 10,000, 5,000. Yeah, I set that all correctly. As a matter of fact, let me even okay, no, that's fine. Okay, and then the mods that I got, data modified. Oh yeah, new headlights for the Pendolino, but that was by London Midland, so I can trust that mod. And then the other one is by a name I'm not too familiar with, so maybe their mod broke something. Let me delete that just in case, because if I don't have it, I haven't lost much, have I? Right, take two. You try and be back in an hour and 40. All right, Dommy, no worries, lad. Been outside in 3 days. Ella said, bro, listen, everyone on PC has been telling you. Everyone on PC has been telling you, bro. It's just, like I said, I'm not gonna lie. I know people will say, oh yeah, consoles give you that like living room experience, but you can have that with a PC. Do you get? Turn your PC on, open up Steam, big picture, kick back on the sofa with a controller, and you've got the same thing. So, in like the one area where consoles would have won, you can now do the same with a PC. So, get a mod to make the game load quicker. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if somebody comes up with something of the sort. I also need to open third rails. I completely forgot about that. Answer is yes, you can have too many mods. You can have too much default. TSW doesn't even work properly. How's the white fridge case going? It's going well. It's not really collecting much. Well, it is collecting a bit in the way of dirt, but not what I can see. So, you know, out of sight, out of mind. Like I went, because I've got the fans blowing to the right of the case, which is facing the wall. I went to like move my PC, and I grabbed it by like where the vents are, where the where the air flows from, and there's just a ton of dust on my fingers, and I was like, okay, let me not touch that again. But yeah, still looks sexy as it did on day one. I don't touch the window, so there's no fingerprints, there's no marks. Well, there's a few actually. But yeah, we can get rid of them with a quick wipe. But yeah, my still looks gorgeous. Still looks gorgeous as ever. LSZ, did you find where I pointed you to earlier, by the way? The OMSI settings. Did you manage to find them? Just been having add-on errors that I get no idea why. For what game? TSW? 15 minutes into 15-minute intro equals 1 hour stream, so tell me before I'm list. No, there's no specific meticulous calculations here. Does not work when you have OCD. Oh yes, it does, because I don't know, I don't have OCD, but like I can't see it. What I can see is clean, so it's like it don't bother me. Playing it lovely, mate, lovely. So, and just to make sure you did get you have got the 4 GB patch, yeah. Well, I guess if you're playing, you must have, because usually that is the reason for crashes. Imagine, bro, the game is like so chalked in terms of like game engine. It was made to only use 2 GB of RAM. Like surely even in 2010 that was too little. But it speaks volumes that that game still is on top for bus sims, even with all its flaws. Bro said thank me for the settings. You know what? It's true. It's true. It was in the build that plugged me with them. He's plugged a few people with those settings now. Slowly loading in, I'd rather walk, yes. Cargo Line Volume 4. Hello, DJ, by the way. Cargo Line Volume 4 military vehicles are interpretations, as MOD, Ministry of Defense, won't give licensing, and DCG won't allow any guns in the game. Excuse me. Go onto my TikTok and look at my most viewed TikTok that's pinned. Go on my TikTok, LWD Adnan, and just go look at my pinned TikTok, and come back to me. Once it's clicked, come back to me. Talking about you don't want guns. I'll try not to cuss. We try not to cuss and be mature. Yeah. See the difference in loading, by the way. I know my TSW, man. I'm telling you lot. I know my game. That's the thing with us PC nerds. If a PC nerd, yeah, he will turn on the PC from startup. He'll know something's off. He'll know something's off. Right, get rid of studio mode. Thank you, OBS. I just want you to. See the dilemma that we've created here. See the dilemma that we've created here. I really wanted to put it up here. What's usually up here in TSW? It's there's a HUD of some sort. What HUD is it? The track is on the right. Oh, the left is all like the information and station information and stuff. Okay, you guys might want to see that. Okay, bottom left, bottom right. That's fine. Put you over here as well. And yeah, man, let's just continue the journey. I've done all the scenarios now. If you want to see them, go on YouTube. Did I do all of them? Yeah, I did all of them, I think. Let me see. Yeah, 5 or 5, yeah. So if you want to watch any of them, YouTube is there for you. Let's continue on with the journey mode. 27 out of 45. We're over halfway. We're not going to make it. I don't think we're going to finish the journey mode before Cargo Line Volume 4. But I'm not expecting a huge amount of gameplay with Cargo Line Volume 4. So maybe we'll just finish with that quick when it comes out. And then come back to this. Well, that also depends on how much TSW I'm going to be playing as well. Which I don't know. I've been coming back to it. And it's been okay. I'm not getting this DLC, by the way, so suck your mum, Thomas. Sorry, I don't have any hate towards Thomas. I'm just upset. I'm just upset about it. 2 gigabytes of VRAM. Are you sure, Nabil? I've never seen it referred to as VRAM. It's always, people have always said RAM. Are you sure? Or maybe I've just missed it? If so. Also, by the way, I'm once again not considering really, but like thinking about would I be better off with a separate gaming PC? Because if you watch my scenarios, my frames around Frankfurt don't drop like they do on stream. I thought I escaped those issues. Apparently not. Right, Mr. TikTok. Stay here. Why can't you put text with background transparent? Because it would just blend in with like the background. What if there's like a background where things happen to just blend in? It'll be a problem. Right. We begin. Is it worth over... Do you mean overclocking? Honestly, these days, no. It used to be. These days, your computer will do it for you. Also, do you know if your RAM is running at the speed it should be? Because by default, RAM will run. No, how fast does RAM run by default? Like even if you like I've got a 3600 megahertz set of RAM, right? But it will be, I think it's 2 starts with a 2. But basically it won't run at 3600 megahertz until I manually make it in the BIOS. So if you've like not touched any settings in the BIOS, BIOS, however you pronounce it. I don't know why I can't pronounce it now. Has the game is Train Sim World 5, then I highly suggest you do LSZ. 2400, yeah. Is it 20? Yeah, 2400, I believe. So you'll be leaving a lot of performance on the table if you're not running at your, you know, what it should be running at. Right, I'm going to turn the headlights on full, just so you guys can actually see something ahead of the train. Basing your chat ratio onto 2. Wait, man. Bro's talking about ratios. Wait, bro, what have I missed? I've missed a few chat actually. Sorry, I'm not doing it intentionally. I originally wrote this tool for a friend of mine who needed it. It's very little tool, patches x86 executables in order to let him have 4 gigabytes instead of only 2. Yeah, but where does that mention of virtual memory? Virtual memory is virtual memory VRAM. I thought that virtual memory was something different. I thought it was separate from VRAM. Yeah, LSD definitely worth a little gander in the BIOS. And yeah, definitely. So your RAM is definitely going to be running at a lower speed than what you think it's currently running at. I don't know. I don't have any. Like, I'm sure there are some videos on YouTube that will like take you through step by step what you need to check. But I know RAM is one of them. I'll give one of the most important ones. I guess resizable bar is pretty important as well to have that turned on. And then there are a few preferences in there as well. Headlights that work. I mean, honestly, like COD4 has been decent with the headlights. I mean, for the most part, anyway. You know, your GPU is fine. Your GPU is fine. Just make sure you're running the latest drivers. Have you got? If you haven't got the NVIDIA app, download that so that you can be running the latest drivers. Usually, Windows will usually do a good job of that, or a good enough job. But just to be on the safe side, download the NVIDIA app, and it will let you know if there are any drivers to install. Definitely worth checking out if there's drivers available for your processor as well, your CPU. Just to make sure everything's running in, you know, the best it possibly can, tip-top shape. As you can see, it's not, you don't need to just, you know, make everything work or have everything work, but if you want to get the best out of it, then yeah. Yeah, it will be either called XMP, and then you find a speed that matches what you bought, or it's called either XMP or it's called what's the other one? It's 4 letters, begins with D. One of my fellow computer nerds will know. DOCP. Thank you, nerd. Always make sure you are all greased up before using your PC. Now see, that one there is optional. That one there is optional. I can't say I've partaken in the greasing up of oneself before using the PC. But you know, shout out to those who have. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. You got all that? Okay, cool. Yeah, you're good then. I would recommend, not everyone agrees, I don't think, but I would personally recommend getting a program called CCleaner, which it can just tidy things up for you. Helps clean out your registry as well. I've got the licensed version, so it will download drivers for me as well, and I can't be bothered to go and get them myself. It's properly cheap anyway. And yeah, it's got some other functionality as well that I can't remember right now. But that's pretty decent. I've been using it for like the past, I don't know, decade maybe or more. Hello, Mr. Harold. You're doing from Denmark. Nice one. Well, good afternoon from the UK. We don't use any registry cleaners. I've had no problem with them. As a matter of fact, I find them to do more good than not. Never having a TSW talk in the game is blatant. I'm here for it, bro. What's there to talk about? I don't know. Like usually when I stumble on somebody streaming TSW that's actually talking, I try to pay attention, right? Like and compare it to my own stream. I can't do it, man. Number one, I don't know much about like technical terms. Oh yeah, this is the BL430. This was manufactured in 2012, and it's got 616 horsepower. 16 wheels, 60 seats. It has a capacity of 49. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like driving. I like driving the trains. I like pretending I'm a train driver and just getting from A to B. Oh yes, the PZB, when the ZS6 signal is in the K2 position, yes, this is how we should react. Bro, I don't care. No, it's not I don't care, yeah. But number one, I like talking to you lot. And number two, I just want to drive. I just want to drive from A to B. Like, it is cool to know the ins and the outs and the details. Don't get me wrong, it's very interesting listening to somebody speak that flippin' knows what they're talking about. So I do rate it. It's just not what you're gonna get here. But at the same time though, for the most part, when I'm talking, I bounce off you lot. So if I'm not talking about TSW, there's a 99.9% chance you aren't talking about TSW, and I'm bouncing off that. So I'm the innocent party here, I think. Shut up 101. Oh, I think I'm... Okay, I just saw some yellow. I don't even know what it was. Not disable stupid window stuff. This is a simulator for a reason. So should I just put my uniform back on then? Should I put my London Underground uniform and play Bakerloo line? Is that what you'd want? I've been working as a train driver for almost 20 years, and I'm on my way for 20 more years. At the moment, I drive the Siemens. Oh, nice one, Harold. That's cool. Yeah, I always find it very interesting when I get actual train drivers stop by. So, I mean, do you play TSW then? Have you driven the Vectron in the game? If so, what do you think of it? How does it compare to the real thing? Hello, Raul. I got a question. If you own Frankfurt Fulda route, you also have this route for free. No, the Frankfurt Fulda route is a completely separate DLC from this one. So no, you have to buy both separately. Not yet. Fair enough, Harold. You planning to? Thank you very much, Nabel, for that explanation. My question was more a what's that word? What's the word when a question isn't like you're not actually asking a question, but it's a question, but it doesn't have an answer. What's the word? It was I think it begins with P. It was a something question. You've been thinking about it? What platform are you on, Harold? Are you on PC? Thank you, Dan. It's rhetorical. Yeah, it does not start with P. I always do that. I'm sorry. I did that before to Nabil, I think. I told him there was a word that's in my mind that begins with this, and it didn't start with that at all. Yeah, it was a rhetorical question, but I do appreciate your desire to teach. Thank you. Is this a simulator? I mean, it's a question of the century, isn't it, with this game? Some call it a game. Some call it a sim. Some call it a simcade, which I guess ultimately I would lean towards that. in my opinion. Put my crash test dummy suit on. I haven't got one yet. I told you, BeamNG. At some point, I will buy BeamNG and jump on that. When I do, I'll have a test crash dummy suit ready to go. Crash test dummy. Key, those are key people. I'm not gonna lie. With all, you see, key. When you tell me a key person in an organization, I'm expecting you to tell me people who have power. That what they say goes. That they are crucial to the organization, right? They have power. That they say something and it can change the position of the organization. And I'm sorry, but I don't think Jamie, Jan, and Alex have that power. Even Matt, as a whole executive producer, barely has that power. So yeah, key people, it's a bit of a stretch, I think. At the moment, I'm learning how to drive the Vectron locomotive, and I go to the final exam for it in a week. So how does the exam, like, what does the exam for driving the Vectron, what does that look like? Do you know what sort of tasks you'll be tasked with? You said the 99.9% case that the chat is not talking about TSW, so I'm changing that now. See, so right now, Nabil, you are a key person in the chat. Do you get it? Because you're swinging the conversation topic. A key person in the stream, actually, because you're affecting me as well. So you are now a key person. So would you say Jan, Jamie, Alex have the power to swing Dovetail's direction? Or even Train Sim World? Forget Dovetail as the whole company. Just Train Sim World. I don't think so. Mappy has influence but does not make final decisions. Absolutely not. That's why I said even himself is, as an executive producer, is barely a key person. He's just about a key person. He'll be listened to. He can make some decisions that I would assume are of some importance. You're enabling the yapping mode. I'm streaming, nerd. I have to. The issue is when a streamer doesn't yap. So you know what? I take it's a compliment, isn't it? LSZ, can I ask what routes you're driving on, bro? Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I'm running like 80% parade content on OMSI. And I've never crashed. The game has never crashed for me. So we're using the same settings. London runs like crap, generally speaking. I've got it to run okay. How are you crashing? Can I ask what GPU you've got? I'm gonna stream London on Friday. Welcome back, editor. Good to see you, mate. What do you mean, bro? 5070, okay. Pardon me. So it's not a GPU issue then. The GPU is more than solid enough. Thank you for the follow. Or is it a subscribe? Crap. Can't see. Tom? Is that Tom P? Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Yeah, follow on Twitch. Welcome on board. Sorry, I haven't got my events thing up, so I can't see what's going on. Because I've got third rails like right on top of my preview screen on OBS. Shanisi, I am driving the BR430. You probably won't be able to see it much in the dark, but you know, we tried. And yes, I have got my brights on because otherwise we won't be able to see anything. Case in point. Afternoon, mate. What is this map mod? Looks cool. It's not a mod, it's a DLC. It's the newly released Frankfurt S-Bahn DLC. Do note, if you are on console, you will get a significantly reduced timetable compared to the PC version. And even on PC, the full timetable requires you to have some pretty bloody decent hardware. The minimap. The minimap is the Third Rails app. So there's an app called Third Rails. Imagine playing it on console. You know, the thing is, Wayne, playing TSW on console. Okay, let me put it like, because saying imagine playing it on a console is condescending. I'll say that the console experience doesn't match up. Generally speaking, the console experience doesn't match up. If you're on a console, you're on a console, and that's, you know, that's cool. Thank you for liking the live, Chelsea. You know, shout out to you. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, you will have a significantly worse experience, unfortunately. I don't know. Fair enough, Dan. You're right, but I don't know. Map mod automatically makes me think in game because of obviously of all the mods. I was afraid it wouldn't come across condescending. Bro wants beef. Bro does not want peace. I want peace. I like peace. You know, make love, not war. Not that, you know, it's a very realistic proposition. But you know, one can try. Console timetable is 1 train per day. I mean, it's not too far off. I mean, realistically, it depends on the service, isn't it? If you're looking for an ICE service, then it's 0 trains a day. If you're looking for freight, then it's 0 trains a day. So, I mean, kind of sucks, innit? That's a crazy statement, Wade, honestly. Oh yeah, I did sneak an entrance into your stream the other day, and I was watching. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the game. Grey something, the fighting one. I literally watched like 5-10 minutes of it. Looks interesting. I didn't see much action at the time that I was watching. Mostly just running around. But even just from that, I got an idea of what kind of game it was. I mean, I got an idea from how you described it anyway, to be honest. Also, how have you been finding OMSI now that you've got it all sorted out? I'm using keyboard and mouse, Harold. For a long time, actually, I was using my PlayStation 5 controller. I just preferred it, but it is a lot more limited than obviously a keyboard where you've got, you know, double or triple the amount of buttons available. I'm specifically on keyboard and mouse when it comes to German routes because of PZB. On not all, but most trains with controller, you have one button to acknowledge PZB and acknowledge CFAR as well, or clear CFAR, which sometimes means you go to clear CFAR and then you trigger the PZB acknowledge, which is very annoying. So on a keyboard, obviously, you've got Q and you've got page down for both of them, 2 separate buttons. So I just prefer doing it like that. I mean, DJ, there are people that have completed it really quickly. I'm obviously not one of them. I'm taking my time. I'm doing all the missions I can possibly do. I'm taking it easy. And it's intentional. I'm intentionally not rushing it. Pardon me. I don't do the main missions until there are no more side missions to do. And even then, I probably will still miss a few, because there was like one that I did yesterday, a task that got triggered, or the one that pissed me off at the end. That got triggered. That wasn't even on the map. That I just happened to speak to somebody and they offered me that quest. So there are many that I'm probably not even gonna do. So it just depends how you play. You could finish it quickly if you just want to rush through it. But with that type of game, I feel like it's got to be played a little bit slowly. Grey Zone Warfare, that's the one. Maybe if we wait a few years, real life will catch up to the console versions. I mean, with Gen 9 consoles, you know, a PS5 Pro now suffering until the core gets sorted out. I mean, in a couple of years' time, we may not even see a TSW release for consoles at all. Bit fun. It goes to the bath base every day. No, I promise you that's not what's slowing me down. It's never a bad time, you know, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I mean, you know, the bathhouses have their uses. He used Steam Repair upon running it, which probably caused the issues he had. Steam Repair upon running what? OMSI? What, the verify integrity? Why would that cause issues? I mean, if you have done that, LSN, after you did like the 4GB patch, I'd probably say do the 4GB patch again, just in case. That's the only thing I feel would mess up OMSI. Unless you've got, like, you know, you've downloaded some stuff. That'll be the only thing I would assume would get messed up. Oh, you were talking about Wayne. I mean, yeah, same thing applies, I guess. Okay, Harold, thank you. Are you leaving then? Have a nice evening yourself, my man. I appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully we'll see you again. Saying the service in real life will get so bad if they will match them. Oh! Right, I get you. Oh, when will I hear a good thing about DB? Will I ever? It's not putting me off coming to Germany and giving it a go myself, though. Yeah, very true, Nabil. Yeah. Not gonna lie, I am not verifying anything on that OMSI install. The work that's gone in, the hours that have gone in for all the mods, all the downloads, all the content, setting up the set. Not going through that again. That's why, like, Trace and Classic, I haven't touched that game in months, but because I know I'm gonna go back to it at some point, I also haven't touched that. There's been too much done to that. I still find it so surprising that, you know, you'll say something like that, Wayne, about the infrastructure. Like, like I've said before, I've just had this picture of Germany of just an engineering marvel, you know, in all areas. Apparently not. Now I'm back to a console. How are you guys crashing? I would love to know how you guys are crashing. I'd love to know, but I wouldn't love to experience it. I'll put it that way. Because I've had the game, you know, like, I've played the game when it's ran bad. I just learned recently from the build that your OMSI session shouldn't really last more than a couple of hours, otherwise performance will just drop. So I'm assuming there's a memory leak, like TSW. So I've played on like crappy frame rates. Obviously, it's always freezing and stuttering, you know, when you want to like choose your bus and stuff like that. But it's never crashed. Oh no, tell a lie, it did. Move. It did. Last week actually. Last week it crashed. That was the first time it's ever crashed for me. That I can remember anyway. But that's it. It was just once. I forgot why. There was a particular reason. Something happened that caused it specifically. But yeah, it's been alright since. Cab light on or off? What are we saying? LSD, were you working today? Yeah, set it to an XMP profile, and if it gives you options like mine did, set it to the speed that your RAM is meant to be at. So when you got your RAM, what speeds was it like marketed as? Not today. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I've been working Tuesday, yesterday, today. And I'm doing a shift tomorrow as well. Like 7 to 3, like daytime shifts. We're on the same line, you know. I'm not gonna hot it up, but I know you mentioned it like a couple of weeks back. I'm on the same line as you. So there's a good chance now that you'll get you'll feel an improvement in gaming performance. DJ, I think I side with the majority of the voices that have already commented on that. In that it's a bit too expensive for a loco DLC. Yes, it's just trains. Yes, you know, going off their previous releases, it's going to be good quality. But it doesn't add much. I mean, it's going to sub in correctly, right? But all the services it's going to sub into, we already have in the game, ran by the 87. So it's not a necessity unless you really want realism, which I guess you should, playing TSW. But even if it did add services, it's still just a loco DLC. You know, even if it did add a journey mode, it's still just a loco DLC. And I don't think studios should get comfortable just bumping up prices willy-nilly. Because we've seen a few price rises just for this iteration of the game alone in DLCs, and whether it's root DLC, loco DLCs. It could be a reason that, let's say, yeah, it could be. There are obviously a lot more variables, but it absolutely could be. I mean, DJ, fair, but it's also realistic. They're bringing it on realistically, and it just so happens to be all the services that it runs are already in the game. If they added anything, it would be fake. And in terms of realism now, there are people that wouldn't mind that. I think that's a different subject, but I think we should focus on realism first. And again, it's part of the reason why, like I said, I don't really agree it should be priced as it is. I mean, to be honest, Wayne, it depends on the CPU. If you've got a Ryzen CPU, especially from a few years ago, you will benefit from bumping up your RAM. So it really just depends on the on the CPU. But yeah, results could absolutely be negligible. There was another Simro server test. I'm happy that things are You know, things are going on. They're working. I mean, I know even if we don't see anything, they're still working. But seeing it gives me a little bit more hope. It seems a bit more proactive. Yeah, not a giant difference, but it potentially noticeable. Do you have an AMD CPU by just out of curiosity, LSD, or an Intel? Thank you for answering the bill. By the way, about the cab light, you're the only one. It do be like that sometimes. It do be like that. I appreciate you. Guess an aim. Can I ask why, like, you don't know what you have in your PC? I'm assuming, obviously, you bought it pre-built, right? So is it just like talk me through your purchase, like how it went? Did someone recommend something to you, and then you went according to the recommendation? Did you go on like a computer selling site and then kind of just like go off reviews or what sounded good? You didn't build. You didn't build it. You didn't build it. You didn't build it. You're gonna see in the packet what it says. You didn't build it. Don't lie to me. Honestly, it's giving like first PC build vibes. You know what? I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. You know what? If truly you built it and you got no clue what you put in it, F it. Cool. Good. Well, welcome to the life of PC building. On my first build, I bought a liquid cooled 290 R2. Oh, what's that AMD GPU? R290X or something like that. Something with a similar name. It sounded cool, innit? I'm not gonna lie. It sounded cool. I bought it. I didn't even know anything about liquid cool, whatever. I bought it. I had some pipes coming off it. I'm shaking it and I can hear liquid. That was kind of cool. I'm like, raw. Yeah, this is gaming, innit? Solid. But then I installed it and there was nowhere to put the fan for the liquid cooler. It was just it was a 120mm fan. My case was so small and tiny, but there was no space for me to put it anywhere. And then I overclocked it, cooked the GPU, bricked it completely, tried to sell it. I sold it as working on eBay, and then the person reported me, and then I lost the money. I don't think I needed to add that last bit, but yeah, anyway. That was how that story went. Bought a water-cooled GPU. Quite a powerful GPU for the time as well, to be fair. Knew nothing about it, sold it because it didn't fit after I cooked it, and then, yeah. I mean, the fact that you went, that was your approach, LSD, and you've got a working PC that plays games. I mean, at this point, I just hope like you removed like please tell me you removed the tape from your cooler. Like usually under a cooler, where it connects to the CPU, there's usually some tape that you have to remove before you use it. Please tell me you removed that. PC part picker. You know what? Good enough. Honestly, PC part picker is a goated tool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's so, in terms of simplicity, it's perfect for like a first time builder. You can't remember? That's crazy. I mean, to be fair, I think if you didn't, no, you know what? Because you could be running at high temperatures without your PC shutting down. As long as the temperatures don't get too hot, your PC will just continue to run. So if a thing's too hot, that could also be throttling your performance. For your sake, I hope you did. One with 4 wheels, and to this day you don't know what car you're driving. Wayne, as a car nerd, I'm infuriated, but also what's the word? Amused. So you know what? Shout out to you. This fly's bugging me, and I'm allowing it, aren't I? You know, I'm allowing it. I swoosh it away for it to live another hour, and it keeps coming back to bother me. So am I gonna be a criminal now if I kill it? Am I gonna be the evil one if I kill it? It keeps bothering me. The biggest. Idiot. The biggest bugs on this route are bugs. Have I found bugs? There's things that bother me, but I don't think they're bugs. No bugs that I am aware of. Maybe something could be a bug, but I'm not like noticing it. But nothing that I've seen and be like, what the hell is that? Basically, you know, no flying garden or flying forest. I've had passengers on the track. They just despawn straight away. That's a core issue though. It's not something specific to this route. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm happy for you guys to like bring something up that I've seen and forgotten about maybe. But yeah, I've got nothing on top of my head. Pardon me. QA stuff, I mean, can I say the tunnel lighting? I don't think that's QA stuff. I think that's just poor development. Tunnel lighting is atrocious, especially in the Frankfurt area. And I keep saying this, and the Bill posted a picture of the real thing. And I can't imagine it being hard to make it like that in the game. Tunnel lighting's horrendous, and obviously performance. Those were the two main issues that I've always mentioned. No, wait, don't name it that. Don't name it that. Don't name it that. Not in 2025. Wayne said the overhead wires are often partly missing for him. Maybe that could happen. Maybe that's what happens with me as well, but I just haven't noticed it. We both play on PC, so it makes sense. 5060 while playing Flight Sim. I mean, LS said you can download software that can tell you your temperatures. And, you know, if something's above, if you're gaming and you're at like above, let's say, what's so hot? 80, 85, if you're above like 85 degrees maybe. To be fair, that's still within operating range, not gonna lie. But I would question whether things are being cooled as they should at those temps. But like I said, not gonna lie, if you're like AMD CPUs of today can operate at like 110, if I'm not, or is it 105? I think they VMAX at like 105. Doesn't mean it should be running at 105 though. But I'm not gonna lie, 50 to 80 sounds fine. You're having a great time. I wouldn't worry about it. Oh, 50 to 60, sorry, I read that as 80 from where I am. My glasses are broken. Let me show you guys how my glasses broke, by the way. So they were on my head. And they fell behind me. So they fell from quite a height, right? So just under 6 feet. They fell. And they fell a few times and they were okay. And then they fell and this happened. So the two arms, I think they're called, just fell, just broke off the main like glasses part. I've never seen anything like it. Everyone around me was astounded. So if I do that, I can see well, but I have to hold them in place. I can't balance them on my nose either. I need to pay £100 to get them repaired. Or not even get them repaired. I'm basically just getting new glasses completely. But yeah, I've never seen glasses break like this ever. There's also like a random hinge as well. Everything else just went, it's like they burst. Screws, didn't even try looking for the screws. The other hinge, God knows where it is. They basically exploded. So I know I'm cruising a little bit. I took them to Specsavers yesterday, and the woman was just like, "Yeah, no, sorry, nothing we can do about these." I was like, "Fair enough." QA's quite. I know what QA stands for, mate. Thank you for explaining it though. But QA does. I don't know. I guess if I was part of the QA team, I would have highlighted the lighting. I'm not gonna lie. I know they're more like bug, something that's bugged, that they'll point it out and stuff and make sure everything's polished, right? No, no overhead wiring where it shouldn't be, or a pantograph at the middle of the track, for example. But like I said, the lighting is something I would have pointed out because it's that bad in my opinion. It's that bad. You try getting a thermometer and using it to calculate your CPU temperature, ASR, and let us know how it goes. Hello, Transport Legend. I'm not too bad, thank you, my man. How are you? Sent a few messages on YouTube. Restream bot doesn't seem to be working. Did you? Huh. I wonder how many people have messaged on YouTube. Let me take a look. KSI is doing an IRL stream in London. Shall I go find him live as well? Your channel. Right. Wow, there have been a lot of chat. Holy Trucker, Jan Schwerers, Tomsu. Okay, yeah, I don't know why. I mean, Restream is active. Why? Can someone say something on YouTube? I'll do it myself. Okay, nothing. Oh no, there it is. Oh wait, okay, it showed up on screen. Oh wait, that's just a normal chat. Okay, wait. When did I get rid of that? I forgot I got rid of that. Let me put that back. Or would you guys prefer to not have chat on the screen? I'll keep it there for now. But basically, my other chat box, which is Restreams, isn't here, so that would be why. So basically, it's like Restream chat isn't active. So let's fix that. I must have deleted it by accident at some point. Right, embed in stream. Copy that. The name is already in use. Am I tweaking? Where? No, it's not. I'll call it Restream Chat 2 then. Okay, so it's there, but I need to hide it. So I hide it at the bottom. Okay, so now if people type on YouTube, as I will try. Okay, see now it shows, now it's showing up on Twitch. So Holy Trucker, Transport Legend, Tom Su, Jan or Yan, I apologize. I did not ignore you on purpose. For some reason, resume chat had disappeared. What do you mean in game, Wayne? Well, I've made it a bit more realistic, haven't I? Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought you would applaud me for it. Actually, you know what? I'll leave that for another time. It's starting to get a bit warm in here. Gonna get my broken fan going. That won't work unless it's plugged in. And then even if I plug it out, it will continue running. It just needs to be plugged in to run at all. Oh, I'm sure it's very frustrating. I'm sure it's very frustrating, Wayne, but game's the game, you know? What can you do? They're in control. Can you please make a tutorial for Third Rails app? It was quite difficult to use. No worries. Well, I mean, Holy Trucker, I can just tell you, it's quite simple, really. So you use Steam? Am I correct in saying that you're a Steam user? Because I don't think it works on Epic. So let me confirm that first, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so right click your TS, so on TSW, so you, in your game library, right click on Train Sim Mode 5, go to, I think it's properties. Is it properties? Let me have a quick gander. Yeah, right click it, go to properties, and then in launch options, you're going to want to type in there dash, so like the minus sign, in capitals, HTTP API. So you start off with that, and we go from there. Can I start parameters executables in Windows? I never execute my Windows. I don't have like my games in my desktop. I do everything from all my games are on Steam. Unless I decide to dip my fingers back in the Fortnite jar, which then is just on Epic. Actually, no, tell a lie. I actually had Fortnite straight up on my desktop. Very rare, like, case though. Should the restriction not have gone up to 85 now? Seeing as I passed a green signal? That's so annoying. I thought if you were under 500 hertz restriction and then you cross a green signal, you stay on the restriction, but it just goes up to 85. Hello, Johnny. How you doing, mate? I'm all good over on this side. Thank you. With my fan being stuck on setting, well, either 2 or 3, I can't access 1. It's always on and off, on and off, on and off. 1 was such a perfect setting. That's why I get to bloody dropping it 100 times a day. And the funny thing is, I didn't even pay for this, I just found it. I literally just came across it. Completely brand new as well. And it's all like, I think it's like a completely Chinese brand. So I don't even know if I'll be able to get a replacement for it, unfortunately. Train on the right is a bit eager, isn't it? Hello, Mr. Hamburger. How you doing? Such a small thing. And I know I've mentioned it already, but I'm so happy they don't make you lock the doors before ending the scenario now. But just wait for the next DLC, and they'll bring it back. Yo, this can't be the same fly, right? Can't be the same flag. I whacked it with a slipper. Slipper in hand, I'm ready. Is that an hour and a half for the BMW 30 runs older? Oh, the BMW E30. Amazing. What an experience. That must have been sick. Okay, short little empty depot move. Couple short services. Probably get like maybe somewhere around halfway before we end off. If you can't hear me, that's on you, mates. I believe. I think everyone else can hear me. Right, I think this is literally, yeah, drive up 700 meters and then that's that. I'm reading it in my head. And trying to drive a train at the same time. You know what? That makes the whole thing make a lot more sense. It gives it some more structure, I guess, if that makes sense. I'm pretty sure what he meant, ASO, was that he's written it out and obviously copied and pasted it from there. That makes sense, Hank. Did you expect to hear me with your volume off? How is that gonna work? How is that ever gonna work? I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Okay, maybe it was a little bit more than 30 seconds, but it wasn't too bad.
Just had something in mind and it's completely gone. Okay. When we talk about YouTube's 200 character limit, I think it's more so for maybe to like, it's something against spam, I guess. Also, if you guys are having, so there's a scenario where you're driving a 143 and Dosto combo, but you're driving it from the 143 side. Make sure you turn off the brake key in the Dosto if some reason it's on, and it means the brakes are basically useless. Don't know why it's a thing. I think it's a bug that even existed on Frankfurt folder with the 114, and yeah, as per usual, no mistakes were learnt from. So what has benefited from the boom in just human numbers, I guess, and like journeys? Like buses or cars, or like what's benefited? Because surely people are getting fed up of these issues. As in, I'm trying to find where you mentioned it. Okay, maybe I just made it up in my head. But basically, I was thinking to myself, between the 1990s, because he said the network has. Oh, yeah. Well, he said while train traffic has increased, I forgot my original point. There was a point I had, and I've confused myself. It will come back to me. It will come back to me. When you say maintenance, ASR, do you mean like investing in maintenance? Right. I mean, I don't know whether this is something that will change country to country, but I think people like your normal everyday person that will use the railway and stuff won't connect things to do with the railway to politicians. They'll rather connect it directly to the train operating company. Like, for example, in the UK at least, there's been a big problem for a long time now with regards to train delays, train cancellations, just a lack of trains, just general railway related issues. And I haven't really heard a cry directing the frustration from that to politics, but rather the companies themselves. But yeah, like I said, And like you said as well, it depends on some countries may see it that way. But I personally haven't seen much of that in the UK. Just the wrong part of the transport ministry, and I think that's why the issues will never get sorted out. Because they'll know. It's not that they don't know the issues, the people in power, but more so, it's not like if you're coming to me with something that's not my problem, I'm not really gonna care, And the people whose problem it is are gonna see that and think, oh well, as long as they're not bothering us, I wouldn't call it corruption, but more a form of like potentially in a way cheating, perhaps. Yeah, well that's basically it, Nabil. And so as long as the frustration from the public is misdirected, I don't think it will get sorted anytime soon. Complain to rent the operator, which complain to ADIF. And I don't think anyone's gonna correct that, as long as it's not causing too much trouble. $30 years, goodness me, Dan. Greed is a crazy thing, man. Yeah, it does sound like a bit of Africa. A bit like Africa. Can I ask you, ASR, what would be the solution in your opinion? Like the solution to all the problems? Or what would you say would be a starting point? What's the recent news, Nabil, in Moroccan corruption? I don't really follow much Moroccan news. Am I meant to be playing TSW today, by the way? Is that what's on the schedule? Let me check. Okay, yeah. How did the pro-Russian puppet almost get elected? It is frustrating that it's still a thing, yeah. Yeah. You just feel let down. ASR, after the conversation that you guys were having about it yesterday, I decided it probably wasn't worth my time. So no, I saw your post about it, but I didn't click on the link. If you really think I could be interested in it, I'll take a look at it. But I was just put off by the conversation yesterday. 4-year-old ex-soccer hooligan. And how did it work out on the... Is it Ride Bahn? How did it work out there? And yeah, I mean, you have to be expecting the public reaction to be like that. You have to. Sorted to see anyway, okay. So it was something that was done relatively not that long ago then. Why does it not put me under the restriction? Going from a 140 limit to 80. Nabil, I couldn't find it, bro. What is it called in the game? Because I was looking for it not yesterday. Maybe yesterday. No, yesterday I was playing the crew. I was looking for it the day before yesterday, and I couldn't find it, bro. I got a few man buses. I got like I think 2 or 3 different ones, but I couldn't find the particular one. Manu Lion City. I don't think it showed up, bro. Because that's the name I was looking for, and then I thought, okay, maybe it's just called something else. Yeah, I'll check again. I'll probably play some Omzi tonight, maybe. If I do, or whenever I next play, I'll check again. Oh, bro, I just want to play the game. I just want to play the game, bro. The thing is, the sessions are always good. Like, you know, the good result comes from them. But, you know, so, you know when you just want to play. I also need to learn. Okay, so for example, I was going to run a route the other day on Rheinhausen. And I couldn't find... I wanted to do a Mercedes bus. I could not find one with the Rheinhausen livery. Some of them had Rheinhausen depot, like ready to go, but I couldn't find one with a livery for it, for that route. So I need to like just know so I can just go straight away. Okay, this bus, boom, 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 boom. You know, I spent so long looking for a bus, you know, that work, that fit. For Waldhofen, never a problem. There are too many options for that route. But for everything else, like Aachen, took me a while with Aachen, but I found it eventually. Rheinhausen, didn't find it at all. So yeah, can be a little bit annoying. Only the Rheinhausen bus has a livery. So none of the mods, with all the mods that we've got, not a single other one has delivery for it. Really? I didn't think I'd need to. I thought they would just, bro, with all the options, and all of them have options for so many routes. When you go to the liveries, they already have options for so many routes. So I thought, you know, it would just be there. Oh, Tom, mate. I mean, there's apparently something in the works of the sort, but honestly, I would be pleasantly surprised if we get a modern day Omzi. I just don't feel like it's something that can be replicated. I'll be honest. Yeah, I figured, Nabil. I figured it wasn't the most popular map. I figured. It was only, to be honest, because it was for the event. It was at that particular time. It was the run that gave the most EP or VP. So that's why I wanted to do it. But yeah, it's not my favorite. I think I've voiced my, I wouldn't say my distaste per se, but it's not exactly a favorite of mine either. Just find it a little bit boring. I guess it's nice to jump on every now and again, but it's nothing that's going to keep you hooked. Oh yeah, I might buy Nord Bremen today. Bremen Nord. I hope it just works and it doesn't clash with like the files I've already got installed for it. That would be annoying. Tom, just give me a bus game, mate, with a 1-to-1 scale map, good physics, good sounds, good performance, and I'm a happy bunny. Make sure you delete them from the maps folder. Okay, I mean that's pretty simple enough. So is that all I would need to do before I buy it? Is there anything else I need to know? Nothing else before. Okay. We'll definitely have a session afterwards. But I want it to be downloaded already because I don't know how long it's gonna take to download. Whoops. So yeah. So yeah, maybe I think I'll buy it maybe after the stream. Oh, if they're very simple, then you can just message me them. And then I could just take care of it. Or do you not? Or you don't trust me? I mean, to be fair, we can use the opportunity to fix the Lions bus and do anything else that needs to be done.
Greetings, Spinner. Good to see you, mate. How are you doing? What do you mean I can't even be trusted with PZB? Wait. What do you mean? Of course I can. I'm getting distracted because I'm conversing, but I can't. If my eyes are only on the screen, there won't be any errors. But I'll be looking at chat like I'll miss a yellow or not realize that I'm speeding over the restricted limit. Oh, absolutely fine in PZB. Yeah. I mean, I don't recall from memory about the streets, but it's definitely out. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. It felt outdated when it first came out. I spent a lot of time on it. I won't lie. It was one of my most played routes, but I don't know, man. It didn't have a good feeling about it. Just a bit too quiet, a bit too sparse. Just Yeah, like I said, the only reason I was even gonna play it the other day was because it was it was going to reward me with the most VP. Maybe because it uses a lot of Spandau objects. I didn't even notice that. I don't really tend to notice when assets are copied. Yo, Berlin Spandau is I'm not gonna lie. I think to this day, considering that was the map back on OMSI 1, I think to this day it's still one of the best maps. In my opinion, anyway. I think that's very open to debate, generally speaking, but for me, it's one of the best. Like, I really don't mind going back there every now and again to have a little sesh. I would prefer the data to come from like a third party, but you know, if what they're saying is as is, then it's promising, I guess. And I do wonder how the data compares to like a long-term graph, you know? Maybe, for example, punctuality improved by 20% from the year before, but maybe that was just a really bad year, you know? How was I looking in the previous years before that? Right. Yeah, ATCS is always a plus. It's good to see that being rolled out more and more. I was surprised when I saw it on one of our trains. The Class 700. The Class 700 uses it on Thameslink services. Well, I think that's the only service the 700 does, to be honest, but...
My point being is I didn't know it was a thing here.
It's cool that we get to drive the 700 in the current Aachen timetable. I mean, there's no... Yeah. Ultimately, when you make that sort of comparison, a map like Rheinhausen is unacceptable. Simple as that. Pardon me. I don't know what led me to... I don't know why I specifically bought it. I don't know whether it was just like... It looks good in the pictures. I don't know whether I bought it when it was new. Like, I don't remember there being one particular reason for why I went for it. The bus is not great as well. I was wondering that. That's why I was purposely avoiding it. I had a feeling. It's not like I saw it and I said, I just had a feeling like, yeah, the bus for this ain't gonna be good. Because that's just the vibe the map, the DLC as a whole gives you. That it's just not good enough. So that's why without a modded bus, I didn't want to touch it. Also, how is there a way for me to find out what... Okay, so for example, with the Mercedes buses, yeah, sometimes I really struggle to find the ones with the ones that would work on Aachen, have deliveries for Aachen. There are plenty of them, but when I've got as many as I do, going through one by one, and you know it's a long time to load each bus, it takes a while. Is there like somewhere I can check and find out and just see, like on a spreadsheet, or for example, like for Waldhofen, I can just see which of the buses exactly is for Aachen? You'd have to create it yourself. Oh, bro. It would take time, no? With how many buses there are, bro? If you're going to do it, it's not hard. Fair enough. I mean, if you know, innit, I guess. But yeah, I would love... So, mostly Aachen, Waldhofen, Hohenkirchen. What else do I usually... London obviously is completely separate. But those are the maps that I use the most. That I would just spend so long trying to figure out the right buses for. So yeah, that would be really nice. Waldhofen, I have that list anyway. So it's more Hohenkirchen, and I don't know if I would need that for Bremen Nord. So if such thing exists for Bremen Nord, that would be nice. And Aachen. You do know your buses, yeah. I can't argue with that. Tom, I mean, there should be a search, mate. There should be a more refined list. The stutter, you know, every time you click a bus, you need to wait 30 seconds for it to show up. That needs to go. I know that's not UI, but it's still part of it. A lot of improvements. Look, if we're going to talk about OMSI, in in every area other than physics and sounds, a lot of and maybe route selection, a lot of improvements need to be made. Definitely a function over form game. And well, I mean, even the function is questionable sometimes, to be fair. Yeah, you can just delete them, to be honest. Again, that would be a bit of a process. But if it's that annoying for you, I think it would be worth it. You can have less of a wait time if you disable the preview when spawning a vehicle. I will bear that in mind. I'll bear that in mind. But there have been a few situations where I've stumbled across the right livery for a route, but it doesn't have the route in the name. And so I wouldn't have known that that livery was correct for the route if not for the preview. So it's like, I think it's a risk I'd rather take, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, with how little that's happened, but also how annoying waiting is. Nothing is a smooth experience in OMS, you know. You can alleviate most of it, but yeah, it will never be a perfect game. It's cool that your buses have start-stop, Nabil. We ain't got that here. Bus is either on or off. I guess the closest we have is the Route Master, switching from electric to diesel. Don't mention. I need to ban the names of those games, just like I did with Holiday Express. Because whenever I see the bus or Fern bus, all the bad memories come flooding back. Almost. If not for the sound at the beginning, it would have got me. I mean, don't add them now in the bill, but you know, I'm considering it. They're not bugging me as much as Holiday Express did, but they're close. They're not far off at all. A rare entrance into Frankfurt Flughafen without the signal at the end being on red. I got a receipt here from Greece. I don't know what to do with it. Like, I don't like to hold on to things, but I also feel like it's really cool. Like, it's literally like a Greek receipt. I've got a bottle of sand that we got from the beach. 2023 feels like it was so far away. I just happened to come across it as well in a pair of shorts. So if I had stuck that shorts in the wash, I'd have just lost it. Fern Boss Simulator England would be great. What are we saying? Shall I get it? I highly doubt. I mean, you could never put it past these types of organizations, but surely not, man. Surely not. I had no idea the Polish DLC was funded, by the way. So it should be good then, right? Who is it? Was it the German government that funded Aerosoft to create a plane, and it was horrible? I don't know why organizations continue to put their faith in Aerosoft. I think whoever like pushed for it, just mentioned that, oh yeah, you know, they've worked with a government before, but didn't mention the results. So naturally, someone's gonna hear that, oh, a game studio, you know, working with the government. Wow, it's gonna sound amazing. And you will think that as long as they don't tell you how it actually turned out. I feel like if this lighting was on like, so if somebody recreated this route on Roblox, and this was the best lighting they could do on Roblox, I'd be very happy with it. But it's TSW. Thank you, ASR. Very nice. Very cool. A game studio working with an established animation studio. Wait, what? Who are you referring to? Bro, Aerosoft... Bro, there's got to be some money laundering here. Where did that 138k go? Someone needs to ask some questions. We need some answers. Where did that go? Well, technically, Thomas started out as storybooks. So I mean, I don't know. It depends how far back you go. Is that 459k, Nabil? Where's bro? They're chopping. They're chopping. They're enjoying, bro. No, they're partying with it. They're having a blast. You cannot tell me that money's going into development. Come on. Like, just thinking of it logically, not from a hater perspective, not from an even critical or pessimistic perspective, just from a realistic one. From a realistic one. Please do tell. Please do tell. Welcome back, Tommy. That was longer than an hour and 40. You lied. DCG's an apartment, but... I mean, yeah, they've partnered with them from when they were doing animations, of course. But in terms of Thomas as its own entity, it's a different story. I mean, Dan, I don't know much about planes myself, mate, but I didn't see a good review. I did not see a good review about that plane. View app got it. They got 159. Why? What do you mean? How? Who paid who? And okay, who paid them and why? Again, where is this money going? Why is no one asking these questions? I mean, Tom, if the first one was that, there's two things here. Either they look at that and are motivated to improve and do better, or they just continue. And I'm sorry, but knowing Aerosoft, they surprise me with with how they're doing what they're doing with Subway Sim 2, but that is an outlier. Because usually, it's not great. It just makes my heart sink in my chest whenever I hear that Aerosoft are involved in a game or a DLC that, is initially something I'd be excited for. So Spinner, what's the worst case scenario from this scuffle? I acknowledged. What was that for? I acknowledged. Did I not press it properly? Did I press a wrong key? I acknowledged. What's up, Spider-Man? Welcome. The amount doesn't really make sense, Nabil, with what we've got for the final product. I don't really I'm struggling a little bit to understand the maths relative to final product. Yeah, it's a lot more of a peaceful punishment, Domi. Not that a long beep is necessarily peaceful, but compared to a man shouting at you, I much rather prefer this. Right. So in the spectrum of this conversation, ASR, they only got 269k. And you can see that, you can kind of see the result of that, right? So that's why I'm absolutely baffled about these other instances. Entry level my backside, when you've got the quality that you've got from other developers that have not been government funded, bro. Government funded. Like that's kind of a big thing. That's kind of a big deal. What rates would BNSF be raising? So UP owns the tracks for BNSF trains to run on. What would Union Pacific be suffering from if BNS? What prices would they be raising? I feel like it's pretty one-sided from how I understand it.
Now, the real burning question from the game of 567 up here is
Of course, things have been going too well, haven't they?
The game of 567 will forever be a legend. His name is cemented in the history books. What do you mean in this form? In what form? Regarding the sounds. Everything they list did not make it into the final product. Not from that list, no. Hello, Sappy Sap. How you doing, mate? We've got half an hour, Dommy. So I'm gonna try and look for something that fits that time frame. Well, 35 minutes if you want to be specific. If I can't find anything on the journey mode, can someone explain this particular Zombrum song for me, please? Because I'm going below 25 kilometers an hour, which is the restriction for 500 hertz. And it just stops me anyway. And I don't think it happens anywhere else. But yeah, if I can't find anything that fits in that 30-35 minute time frame in the journey mode, then I'll do an ICE run. I need to acknowledge what? What's there to acknowledge? I'm good, thank you, Sap, mate. Union Pacific runs at a loss. Ah, okay, see, that point is a big one. That point there is a big one. Right, 30 minutes. Got 26. Can I find something a bit more? 33. 33 is going to be spot on. We'll do this one. I haven't been drinking much water, have I? One of those gulps is really painful. Pardon me. Oh, wrong side. Back to the midst, eh? Back to the mist. Although, to be fair, we haven't really had much of it, so, you know. It doesn't even look good with, like, the brights. It just reflects straight off the mist. What's good, Ella said? 30 frames. What have you changed? what have you changed since the last time you played? I mean, as long as they're not bound by law, Spinner. I mean, UP, if they own the tracks, they're kind of free to do whatever they want with them, innit? Domi, if you're talking about the new one, I didn't really trust it. The person said, I don't know, the description didn't really make it seem trustworthy. It almost seemed like the author was just experimenting a little bit. And so I thought better of it. Couldn't get back into the game quick enough, damn it. Third rails bloody cucked me. Pack up and unpack. Why is that? What's going on with yours? It looks better than the white ones. I mean, if I see like people comment on it and praise it, then I'll go for it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think the 5070 is too far off LSN. I don't. I would assume it's not too far off my 3080 Ti, which, as long as I'm not streaming. What the hell is going on? Something is taking my mouse out of the game. As long as I'm not streaming and playing games, I could get like at 4K over 60 FPS and pretty much everything I was playing. But I don't know. I don't actually know 100% what the 5070 compares to in the 30 series either. But yeah, I think the 5070 is more of a 1440p card. I don't know what resolution you're playing at, but I'm pretty sure it's not a 4K card. And also, MSFS is very demanding. So if you're like playing with settings maxed out, I mean, I was doing so to be fair as well. Yeah, playing with absolutely balls to the wall maxed out, that also could be hindering you. Oh, Steam Summer Sale, innit? End of June. Do you guys like have a specific date? I don't even know what I'd get though. I think do I go for BeamNG now or do I still wait for it? I don't know. I don't know what I would get. What would I get? Should I just wait for the Steam Summer Sale to get OMSI DLC in the bill, including Rev and Nord? Might as well, innit? It's less than a month away. $9,800 CPU. What CPU is that? 90. Are you sure it's called the 9800? I've been out of the game a little bit, but I feel like I would have heard of a 9800 CPU. What I was thinking of in my head, by the way, was the 7800 AMD GPUs. Oh, lovely, lovely, jubbly. Again, though, I don't really know what I'm gonna buy. I don't really have anything that I'd want to buy. If somehow OMSI DLC comes down below like 20%, I'll be enticed. But I'm not going to buy anything for TSW. Honestly, I actually might consider some TSC DLC. Like the more recent stuff. Maybe BeamNG. Other than that, though, I don't think I've got anything. 9800 X3D. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, bro, the X3D CPUs. Is that not the best gaming one on the market, or just the best CPU period right now? I think that might be the top CPU. But to be honest, all the X3Ds are just bangers. Mine is an X3D from like 4 years ago, and it's still one of the best gaming CPUs. Yeah, that's the thing, Nabil. But at least 20%, 20%, you know, maybe like you said, there won't be anything. But if it does get even just 20%, better than full price, isn't it? I don't think it just means buy me ASR. I think there's a lot more in that, mate, than just, oh, big name, more name, more power. I got the Ryzen 7 5800X 3D. $7,800X 3D is solid. That's a solid CPU, bro. Did you tell me what resolution you play at? Sorry, I didn't. I missed it if you did. I'm not gonna lie, the fog here doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty natural. We get bagged in. Shout out to Jetwash. To be honest, I'm gonna give DTG praise for that. Up to 1080p, bro. Whoa, okay, hold on a second. Okay, 5070, and you should not be getting 50 FPS on MSFS. Are you playing? Like I said, are you playing with all your settings? I think even if your settings are mostly maxed, you should not be getting. You should be getting much more than 50 FPS. Fog sim world. You should be getting at least over 100. Again, I know MSFS can be demanding, but generally speaking in games, maxed out at 1080p with a 5070 and that CPU, you should be getting well over 100 frames in everything. Obviously, if we're limited to 60 or limited to 60. Yeah, no, but Nabil, come on, bro. With all MSFS 2024's flaws, bro. 50 FPS at 1080p on a 5070, no chance. Even OMSI will give you better performance, bro, with that setup. I like how this route still has some old school signaling. Forgive me for not knowing the technical term. I mean, Sap, he's coming from nothing, so it's all good to be honest. Yeah, he could have got a better deal in an older generation, but I feel like if we're coming from nothing to a 50 series, that is, in my opinion, the only acceptable reason to get your hands on the 50 series. Even if you're coming from like a 980, you should know better. Intel's killing it, by the way, with their GPUs. Their price to their value, basically. Their value proposition is incredible. And their stuff is actually on stock. And it's actually not too far off MSRP. $7800 XT is also really good value, I believe. I don't know whether that much has changed from when I last heard about them, which was a while ago, to be fair. Yeah, what's happening with that damn? Because that's a big... Listen, hey, if you're out of patience, my guy, I'm happy to send you my my address. You know, swing that my way, man. What's the hold up? ASR, unfortunately, it will go out of stock even with a normal name and normal number, mate. At that price. At that price. This was a horrible stop, by the way. I don't know why it's taking so long to come to a stop. That's a hell of a system, Tom. I think I'm going to be content with my current one for a good few more years. There's things I could change. Nothing that needs to change. Especially not if I'm going to build another one as well. Okay, right. Yeah, the way that's all sounding, maybe you'll be maybe you upgrade yourself for now, and then when whenever it's gonna come, your PC arrives, then you can just sell the GPU maybe and get some of your money back. If not, to be honest, with how the market is, if not make a profit. People were making a profit recently on 30 series cards. I think the 3090 you can sell for a profit today. What a legendary card. I could have got it. When I got this one, it could have been that one. I was paying for it monthly from Amazon, and it was like it was a decent step up in price, but like I could have done it, and I think I've regretted it ever since that I didn't. I think I was a bit intimidated by the power that it draws, but I mean 10 times out of 10, if I could go back, I would have gotten a 3090 instead. Can you sell a 1660 Ti for profit? Maybe to I don't know, someone blind and dumb. Maybe. Just maybe. I mean, if it's it does, Dan, but if it's a funding issue, you can kind of track the network back kind of like up to that area. So I don't know, to me it kind of checks out. Just about. Just about. I don't think you'd hear of like that. I don't think you'd hear of that like hit in the UK or more towards like Western Europe. Sorry, Ellis, I think I asked you this like yesterday, but I've forgotten. You haven't got like a yoke or a flight stick or anything, do you? Bro, keep an eye out on CEX. You can even check them now online and look for like a flight sim peripherals, and maybe you'll find something at least within the London area. CEX online is so underrated for finding things like that, bro. That's how I got my monitor. I just searched 1440p monitors. I was sick of waiting, and luckily there was one at a local CEX. I'll never forget, bro. I saw like a Cessna yoke, and it was a decent price. And this was when I was playing MSFS 2020. I was like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna wait till I get some money and get it. I walked past there 2 days later, gone. So yeah, don't waste time. Because things will go, bro. Things will go. Someone in Morocco for sure. I don't know how many Transport Fever 2 enjoyers we have right now, Dan, unfortunately. Although the Bill's provided... okay, no, the Bill answered it for you. Of course the Bill's going to answer it for you. The Bill's always got the answer. Oh, you got a oh, nice one. Sick. Oh, you're good then, bro. Honestly, I think if I had a yoke or just any peripheral other than my controller or keyboard and mouse, I think I'd probably, well, I don't know if I'd still be playing it now, but I would have played the game for a lot longer, because that was initially the only reason I just couldn't do it anymore. It was really, really tough for me. On a controller. Yeah, you're good, man. You're good. The screenshot yesterday was banging, by the way, the evening one. Well, I mean, tough for me, Nabil. I mean, look, if someone's hands and thumbs are fine with, you know, micro movements and tense micro movements, you know, cool. But, hey, legend, thank you, my man.
There we go, I can
4
enter
months.
now.
Yo, if you win, after that, that's a goated move, I won't even lie. Nabil, I'm a normal person, my man. Not tough, not untough. I'm in the middle. I'm a normal guy. I'm just a guy. You know who is tough though? Gert. Gert is tough. You know. I've started to lose it when I now I've accepted the meme. I've come to accept it. I've come to terms with the reality of it. I can't open. I've got yo. Am I missing something here? How do I open this? Bro. It's just is this just not a normal like lid for a hand sanitizer? Is there a trick I can't figure out? Why can't I open it? It doesn't turn. Like I'm using my shirt and everything to try and turn it and it won't. It's not working. Brother. Am I meant to just pop it off? No. What the hell? How do I open this, bro? They've locked me out my hand gel. Sap, are you posing that question to me or chat? I wanted to get, obviously I was reaching, but you know, let's say money wasn't a thing. I was looking at there's like it's like a Cessna style yoke, but it's got like force feedback. It's like a box. It's pretty chunky. It's like a box, I guess, where all the force feedback action happens, and then the yoke. Pretty cool. Pretty expensive too. I think it was like in the region of 300 and something. Oh, finally, bro. Oh my lord. And then it just opens. I just wanted to smell it. What about Ray and Nephew? Which I've actually got. Ray and Nephew is my go-to. I mean, Sap, if you see a fellow called Chuck Skull in chat, that would be your chance. He's very, very generous, but very hard to also come by. I hope he's doing alright. I haven't seen him in a while. I think he pops up last week actually, randomly on YouTube. There is also a force feedback yoke from, not yoke, I think, is that Flight Stick? The one from Mozart. Wait, Nabil, so you're not flying with your with your current peripherals? Don't you like them? Oh no, Sap. I'm just giving you. I'm just dropping you some game, mate. Chuck is active seeing him on other streams. Well, no, I mean, as in like here, like in on these streams, on my streams. Maybe if you've seen them around, then it means he's doing well. So that's the main thing, man. Guy works too hard. At least a throttle. Yeah, fair enough. Would you say it's almost like having a steering wheel but no pedals? It's like you're accelerated with the keyboard, but you're steering with the steering wheel. I still haven't found a good medium here. I'm either braking too hard or braking too late. Or too early, so braking too hard or not braking enough. Good comparison, yeah, that sucks then. That really sucks. It makes a lot of sense though. Haven't done any of that today. Small wheel that Logitech wheels have, yeah. Which I really miss, by the way. It's like using the okay, don't even. Oh, that's bad. That's horrible. Surely it's not that bad. That's bad. I really do like, man. Obviously, this is an upgrade. What I've got now is an upgrade from my G29. But man, the amount of buttons. So the hardware was an upgrade, but the amount of buttons was definitely a downgrade. And because I play mostly Sims, the more buttons, the merrier. Welcome back, Domi. Almost just in time. Wait, Wait, it's chat. Are there two different chat? Bro, there's two different chats and no one said anything. Why do you not like to see me fail? Why do you not do this to me? That's been there for hours. Hours. How are Dovetail gonna see that and think, yeah, we want him to be our ambassador? Enemies of progress. You thought that way you can't miss chat anymore. I'm not looking at chat on my stream. I've got Twitch chat open. Like I've got it open in its own window. But yes, I can understand why you thought that worked. I feel like Turtle Beach have taken Logitech's position in the flight sim space. Like budget, you know, just about does the job. Does it well, kind of, sometimes. But obviously doesn't really compete against Moza and Thrustmaster and anyone else in that space. Yeah. I don't know if I'd want them to do a TSW wheel. Like, how much better than the Aerosoft one is it going to be? Or the Hori one? Right? Because it's most like, I would assume if they came out with it, it would be gear. It would have a gear-driven mechanism. It wouldn't even be belt-driven. So, like, would they really take Hori's market share? Or even Aerosoft's? I don't think so. Not now. Maybe if they released before they did, they would have a chance because of the name. But I think they've missed that. They've missed the gap. But rail simulation, there's always a gap in rail simulation. They can absolutely really abuse, to be honest, the gap in the market there. But then compared to driving stuff, you know, they really, I don't know if they I don't know if they would feel that it's even worth their time. It's such a niche. Train sim is such a niche, man. Like, Dovetail are really carrying, in terms of public image of train sims in general, Dovetail are carrying it on their backs, but they're not walking. It's on their backs and they're just standing still. Maybe even worse, laying on the floor. Semra has potential to get to that stage. Ah, this is what I missed before. A rail driver don't even piss me off, man. Rail. What adult wants to play? Wants to push a train lever like this, like squirrels, like rats, Whoa, I think pisses me off, man. And they haven't bothered to make like a V2 or you know, an upgrade. They had the smarter thing they could have done, having owned that entire market share. The smarter thing they could have done was upgrade it with all the excess money they're making, because they're making way too much. The thing is not worth the price, nowhere near. Tim, welcome and goodbye, mate. You better type in ! enter before I close the giveaway. Good to see you, my friend. It's a toy in the bill. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's a child's toy. It's a child's toy. Like, yes, ultimately all of these peripherals are toys, but they help simulate the experience. They help make it a bit more immersive. How am I gonna pretend, you know, pretend I'm a train driver playing my trains and in my sim, and you know, trying to have an immersive experience, and I'm pushing things like this, taking the piss. Yes, Johnny, it is a subs only giveaway, my friend. that's about to close. After I find my my drumroll.mp3. Right. Cool. Let's silence you. Let's change. Let's make you display capture. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything to hide. Hello, nerd. Right, I'm gonna zoom it in for you guys to see. Yeah, that should be okay. Again, I've got no power over this. It's up to Streamlabs and how it does things. So if ASR wins again, please don't be mad at me. Drum roll is ready. And yeah, I literally, there's nothing much to it. I close the entries, I click pick winner, and it will just flash the name of the winner. Not flash, it would literally just show the winner. There's nothing more to it. So yeah. Right. Where's choose winner? Ah, pick winner. Okay. So yeah, Nabil, Nerd, Dan. But let me zoom back in. Where's my side swiper? I don't have it. Nabil, Nerd, Dan, Tommy, Wayne, ASR, LSN, Tim. Thank you all, first of all, for your support on the channel and on the streams. Appreciate you guys big time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Honestly, this giveaway, you guys are going to be carrying the next giveaways on your back. There's going to be one next month. I'll say that from now. But yeah, you guys saw my announcement recently, so yeah, shout out to you lot. Good luck, man. And without much further ado, congratulations, Nabil. £50 Steam gift card, I guess. Well, I know it's going to be a Steam gift card. Nabil, give me Nabil again. It's ASR that keeps winning every time. The one who responded LOL cheekily. But yeah, congratulations, Nabil. So only 2 winners in his competitions. Has it only ever been you two that have won? I forgot how I see the previous winners. There's a way to see it. I forgot. Oh, history. Well, LSD won something at one point. Rampage Champion won something at one point. Arison won something at one point. Dan, almost. I know this one didn't count. No, actually, no. That was then given to Dan. So I couldn't gift it to Arison. So then Dan took his place, and then it was ASR again, and then Nabil. So yes, ASR and Nabil have won the most times, I think. But there's been a decent little mix. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 others. So six different winners in total. Gift cards. Well, you've won 2, you cheeky little bastard. You've won 2, and he's won 2. But yes, you're right. It has only been you two, which was your initial point. Yeah. So yeah, Nabil, I'll send that your way, and I will record it as I always do. So don't try to scam and say I didn't do anything. But yeah, thank you to everyone else for joining, for tuning in as well. I appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow with some more TSW, and we'll just continue with the journey mode before some OMSI on Friday. So yeah. I'll redeem it by winning another Simroy DLC. So because of sort of the change in dynamic ASR with regards to the giveaways, I'm going to do a vote from now on. So once I know I'm going to be doing a giveaway in a particular month, I will do a vote, and let you guys decide, basically, you know, whether it's gonna be a DLC for a specific game, whether it will be a gift card, and the amount will change. It will depend on, you know, how much I've earned that month. But ultimately, yeah, it will be a choice. You guys will choose. And then by the giveaway day, everyone would already know what the prize will be. So yeah, I'll leave you guys to it. I'll leave you guys to enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me once again. Have a lovely rest of your evening, or your morning, or your night. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Health is wealth. Jesus Christ loves you all. Take care. See you tomorrow. Peace out.